friends, it's Rish, and I'm here with Lulu, and this is the untold story of Lulu. I am outside, so I hope that you guys can hear me, and I'm going to tell this story quickly because tomorrow wants to have dinner. If you're new here, my name is Rish, and I'm 1/4 of the Adventure family. My husband and I recently moved our family of 4 to Greece, and we are documenting the journey. And one of you all asked to tell Lulu's natural birth story, so here we go. So we went on a birthday trip to California in June, at the end of June, and that's when we got pregnant with Lulu. I didn't end up going to the doctor until I was almost 20 weeks because my midwifery that I had with Sunnie, my midwife told me when we came back for Sunnie's 1-month checkup that she would no longer be working in that midwifery and that she was leaving and she was going to New York. And so we planned on sticking with that midwifery, but they didn't answer the phone, so we could not get an appointment with them. Then I went on a hunt to find a midwifery that would take our insurance, and that was really hard. I even considered going to a regular OBGYN just because it was so hard and strenuous to find a midwifery. So after we found one, I ended up seeing that same midwife, and she was really great. I saw the same midwife until I was around 36, maybe 37 weeks. And at my 36-week appointment, she told me that she got COVID 3 times, delivering for 3 different mothers. And so she would no longer be able to see me, and so she would have to refer me to another OBGYN. They referred me to Emory Hospital, but my Spelman sister, my Spelman sister had a horrible experience, life and death experience delivering her baby at Emory Hospital, so I was not sold on that. So the other option was to go to midwifery a little bit closer to home that she told me did take our insurance. And when we got there, we were unpleasantly surprised to find out that in order to be seen, we were going to have to pay either $5,000 that day, and this is with insurance, y'all. We're going to have to pay either $5,000 that day, or we were going to have to pay $500 from every appointment from my 36-week appointment on. So I kindly laughed with the front desk lady because I was like, that's ridiculous. I'm 37 weeks and you guys are refusing to see me unless I pay this $5,000 deductible or this $500 self-pay. And so I went home, I spoke to my mother about it. My mother was like, well, you know, you and the baby are in good health. I say you just go to the hospital when it's time to give birth and, you know, call it a day. So 37 weeks came, still no Lulu. 38 weeks came, still no Lulu. At this point, I was heavy in my hypnobirthing and bouncing on the ball and doing all types of squats. I was doing everything to get her little self out. 39 weeks, still no Lulu. 40 weeks, still no Lulu. 41 weeks, I was like, okay, if I don't have her by 42 weeks, then they are going to want to, I don't even know who I was going to see, but they would want to induce me. Her sac could break. So many things to happen if you don't have your baby by 42 weeks. So I decided to do the Midwives Brew and push myself into labor. I did the Midwives Brew, and I'll put the clip right here. It smells horrible, Annika. This entire thing. Will I have trouble picking you up? Okay, guys, I'm gonna drink this concoction here. I'm gonna put some ice in it first, though. I took it out of, I did the Midwives Brew twice. The first time I did not use the Lemon Verbena Tea, so it didn't work. The second time I used the Lemon Verbena Tea, and my husband and my best friend went on a hunt all around town trying to find this Lemon Verbena Tea. Finally we found a tea with lemon verbena in it, and that did the trick. I took the lemon verbena around 11:30. You have to drink the whole thing. And by around 3 o'clock, I was in early labor. By 4 o'clock, I was having regular contractions that were maybe 5 minutes apart. And so I had already had the bags and everything packed because I just knew this was gonna work. And I told mine, it's time to go to the hospital. We go to the hospital. I was still having regular contractions. We go into triage. They put us in a little room, and they were like, okay, we're going to check you into a room. Hello, vloggy vlog. We're back with another birthing vlog. So, my contractions were strong enough for them to admit us from the midwife.
Midwives Brew, and now we are getting a formal induction. I'm hoping that we only have to do cytotec and maybe Pitocin and not the Foley Bowl, because that thing really hurts even though it progresses you super fast. But I would like to ease into contractions versus getting thrown in there. So this is the birth of baby Luna 2022.
They check us into a room, and the midwife from the midwifery that said they couldn't see me was actually the one who was at the birthing center. I went to the same birthing center that I delivered my first daughter, because obviously it's time, like y'all can't tell me to go home. So went to the same midwifery. She was the one who saw me. I was in labor that was pretty okay for 10 hours before they were like, okay, we're gonna have to start trying stuff. So they did a pill insert to soften my cervix, and they were telling me, you know, like, you should be in serious pain right now. If you're not in serious pain, then, you know, nothing really is happening or whatever. But I was like, no, I'm feeling regular contractions. It's definitely happening. And even with Sunnie, I had contractions for almost 24 hours. Painless contractions for almost 24 hours before things started to kick up at around 30 hours of labor. So with Lulu, it was around 10 hours of labor. Around 11 hours, I pulled out the hypnobirthing music and everything, and I started, you know, trying to meditate through the pain.
Hey guys, they're about to start me on Pitocin. I really don't feel like being in any more pain right now, but this will also kick up the contractions and get this thing going. It's going on 5 o'clock, so we've been here for, call it 12 hours. Yeah, I am ready to get her out, but I hate contractions so much. So it's probably gonna be time to whip out the hypnobirthing video in a little bit. And I wish I had a diffuser, babe. That really helped so much last time. Yeah, guys.
13 hours, the nurses switched around and they were like, okay, you know, I'm your new nurse, da 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 da. I was telling them, I'm like, you know, I'm starting to feel extreme pain. Like, they were telling me, oh, there's no progression. They were checking me, they were just telling me no progress. And I'm just like, I just don't want to hear that there's no progress, because the pain that I'm feeling there has to be progress happening, right? At the 16-hour mark of labor, no, the 15-hour mark of labor, the midwife on call came in and he was saying, because you keep moving around so much, which I think that they should actually get rid of the belly baby monitor things while you're in the hospital. It's so archaic and it's just ridiculous, because you're in labor. How do you expect me to just lay on my back the whole time? Like, I just think that that's insane, especially at a birthing center, but whatever. So he was telling me that he wanted to put a catheter in to monitor her heart rate, because I wasn't going to be able to have a natural birth and if they can't keep track of baby. So my mom called and I was telling her, I was like, Mom, I'm in extreme pain. I was trying to hypnobirthing and everything, but honestly, you guys, I should have started my hypnobirthing way earlier. I should have been more diligent about, you know, my affirmations during labor and everything, because I was on it at around 20 weeks with Sunnie, and I didn't start my hypnobirthing stuff until I was 30 plus weeks. At that point, I was considering the epidural, because they were making it seem like she wasn't coming, and I'm just like, I'm in so much pain right now. I can't be in pain for much longer if she's not coming, if there's no progression. So at the 16-hour mark, I was like, okay, you know, what's the best route for pain relief? And they were just like, you know, we think the best route for pain relief is to get an epidural. I was like, I want anything but an epidural. If you get anything through your IV, then it's gonna go straight to the baby, and that's more dangerous than the epidural. And from my research that I did on my own, I didn't think that was true. And so, you know, Tamon was like, are you sure you want the epidural? Are you sure you want the epidural? And at that point, I was like, you know, I need something to help me with the pain. I can't just be going through this pain for so long like this. So then I got up and they put the catheter in. I had a peanut ball. I did the peanut ball for a little while, and then I did the ball, and then I went into the bathroom and I held onto the sink and I started squatting and bouncing, trying to get her out, squatting and bouncing. They kept telling me, oh, you know, you have to stay monitored, whatever, but I just didn't want to hear it. So I went to the bathroom, I started squatting and bouncing. Then I saw some blood and my mucus plug and all that stuff started to. So I go back to the bed, and this is after the catheters, and they have disturbed my cervix at this point. So, you know, it's getting popping. The nurse is still telling me, yeah, there's progress, but you're still not at a 8. So I started to bear down, y'all. I was bearing down. She was like, do you feel the urge to push? And I'm like, yes, I feel the urge to push. She looks at the chart and she's like, oh, I see some cervical change. I'm like, I've been telling y'all for hours that this baby is coming. I start bearing down. At this point, only the nurse And the nurse that was actually there for Sunnie's delivery, which thank God he was there, was in the room. So it was the nurse getting the bed ready for Sunnie, the nurse that was there helping to deliver Sunnie, and my husband. So I'm pushing y'all. I'm bearing down, and I'm squeezing my legs together. And he's like, no, you can't squeeze your legs together, or you're gonna squeeze the baby's head. So I'm pushing, I'm bearing down. I'm like, I can't hold it no more. Like, I have to push her out. And the nurse on call asked my husband, like, are you ready to catch the baby? So he's like, yeah, I'm ready to catch the baby. He put some gloves on Tamon. I pushed 4 times, y'all. I pushed 1, 2, told him that she was coming. The next 2 pushes, her head was out, and then Tamon caught her like a football. She shot out of me. You guys, no exaggeration. She shot out of me. And then the midwife comes in after, because I want to delay cord clamping on her placenta anyway. So the midwife comes in after, and he's like, oh, it's a beautiful baby girl, blah 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 blah. You want to sit up? They're checking her and everything. They tell me that she's 7 pounds 4 ounces, and yeah, that she was born, and my husband was the one who caught her because the midwife did not make it. So honestly, I felt like I had considered it too, because I didn't go see a doctor till so late. I literally considered doing my own home birth in my tub, and in hindsight I wish that I would have done that, because I ended up having an unmedicated birth anyway. But yeah, crazy story. I was so grateful to have this Caribbean man who was in the room. He was the same nurse that was there when I pushed Sunnie out, and he's so positive. He was telling me, like, you can do it, baby's coming right now, like 1 more push and she's out. And yeah, then she was born, and that's all she wrote. So if you are considering having a natural birth, I will tell you this: it is very painful. You should absolutely prepare. 1 through 10 on the pain scale is definitely like a 20, 40, 100. It's definitely painful, but I would recommend doing hypnobirthing. It absolutely helps to get you up to the point of where the labor is like unbearable, because there's a point where nothing's gonna work. No meditating, none of that stuff is gonna work. It's just that, to me, in my opinion, it's pain. The midwife brew did work for me to push me into labor, but then again, she was over. So I was 40 weeks, and I was 40 and 2. And she was born on March 16th. And here she is, a chunky little baby. Chunky, healthy baby. And her daddy was the one who caught her, so it was super precious and amazing. And then the next day, we went home. I didn't even stay in the hospital. I stayed in the hospital for 24 hours. And that was it. Then I left and I went home. I literally could have did that at my house, y'all. I literally could have did that at my house. If you guys want a video of everything I did to prepare for labor, I will do that for you if you request one in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed my birth story with Lulu. And yeah. Okay, I know my husband is waiting on me, so we're gonna go eat dinner, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Oh, make sure if you haven't already, you guys go like and subscribe and join the adventure family. I know y'all love us and don't want to miss any of this content coming up. Never forget, life is an adventure, and you can do anything you want to do. Peace.
Hey guys, so Miss Nina is here after just shy of 24 hours of labor. Call it 20 hours of labor, because I came in at 4 and she was born at 1. Really hard natural labor, quite painful, but of course always worth it. Look at her, she's perfect, my perfect little hairy baby. I'm about to change her because they just discharged us, so again, we only spent 24 hours at the birthing center, which I love. I'm ready to go lay in my bed, get some Mexican food, relax, get her acclimated to the house before Sunnie comes home. And yeah, we're gonna record their first time meeting, of course. And yeah, oh my goodness. So I will do a full review.
Hi, my baby.
Hi, mamas. Hi. Give me kisses. Oh, dang. Give me kisses. Give me kisses. You want to see little sister? Want to see little sister? Look, come here. Hey, look at the baby, look. Look, it's a baby. It's a baby. She's sleeping. She's sleeping, baby. What do you think? You want me to take her out? Yeah? Sister. Get a baby kiss. Get a baby kiss. You like her hat? Like, I don't know what to do.
I can't touch her. So. Like, so what you guys want me to do? Just give me some direction here.
She's real. You want to put her back now? You put the baby back. She's sleeping. Sean.
I want to do my story.